want to see in the dark like a superhero? TNVC.com is your source for the finest night vision devices and accessories to make you the bump in the night.
Folks, this show is sponsored by 1776 Insurance. We're talking about comprehensive firearms collection coverage. That also includes your accessories as well as knives. If you've got questions or you want to learn more, please visit 1776insurance.com.
Hey folks, I'm Jeff Gonzalez. I'm here with AR15.com and my good friend Tom Austin, and we are here to talk to you about some really cool thermal devices. Tom, good to see you again.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
So at NightGoggles, we have two top-selling thermals, and as luck would have it, one's a handheld binocular, one's a weapon-mounted binocular.
Perfect.
So it makes sense that if you're going to go out in the field, you want something on the gun, but you don't want to point the gun at everything you don't want to destroy. So it makes sense to have a handheld binocular. This is the Bearing Optics Phantom 640. It's a 640 resolution thermal binocular. It's pretty small, pretty lightweight. You packed it around last night.
Loved it.
It's very easy to put in a pocket, chest rig. It does have a heat sink on the bottom that's threaded 1/4 so you can put it on a tripod.
Nice.
And the reason why you would do that is if you want to get really good video through it.
Yes.
It takes photos and it will record. It has an internal DVR, so you can record with it. It's got several different color palettes. This happens to be a 35 millimeter lens. It's a 640 resolution, 12 micron, but we also have one with a 25 millimeter lens. So that's going to give you more field of view. You'll be able to see more field of view, but less magnifications.
I had such a pleasant experience with that. You know, it's nice to have the weapon mounted dedicated. That's all good. I love that. It's awesome. But just being able to use that in a more freer manner, being able to maintain like that 360 degree field of view, use it to kind of like target in one area, and then if that's an area that I need to now orient the firearm to, I can do that later.
Yeah.
But I also loved how user-friendly it was. You know, it's like you were saying, I think earlier, if you can operate a smartphone, you can operate all the features enabled within the optic itself, and it has a lot of really cool features that really help you to take advantage of the technology. I would say one more thing about the handheld option. Like the thing that I really kind of like came to appreciate is that I could more quickly cycle through those various features to take advantage of the different heat signatures that I wanted, vegetation changes,
color palettes.
Exactly. I really and normally I would just like turn it on, leave it on, and not do anything with it because some of the other units or older units were just a little bit more. You got to go into a menu system. You got to scroll down. Exactly. Yeah. It's a little bit more complicated, but man, and once I figured out how to kind of like maneuver through that, oh man, I was totally digging it. Yeah, once this is powered up, you really have 3 buttons. You have one to scroll through your different color palettes, one for zoom, and one for recording your photos. It's easy, man. It's really super simple. If I could do it, so can you. That's right. So once you got your handheld, you're going to want something weapon mounted. This is the Bearing Optics Super Yoder. They make a Super Hogster as well, which is a 384 resolution. It's about half the price. Right. But this is a 640 resolution, 12 micron thermal weapon sight. It's recoil rated for like 375 H&H Magnum. So, an elephant gun. Yeah. So it's gonna stand up to the abuse. It takes 2 CR123 batteries, but it also has a port where you can plug in for the TNVC thermal remote battery. That would be cool. And that's how I run mine, is on the TRB, just because it'll give me like 12 hours of battery life with a rechargeable battery. That was like the only con that I had of my experience was that the battery. It's like a Pez dispenser for CR123s. And it really pays to have spare batteries handy, and more importantly, be familiar with the actual sequence for changing batteries in the field at night. The battery orientation, is it tits up or tits down? Exactly. Because you got to be able to do it in the dark. Exactly. And so last night I got a chance to do it in the dark while we were out there, which was good. You know, I kind of like looked at it. I got familiar with it during the daytime when we were playing around with it. So, I wasn't expecting to have to do it at night, but I'm glad I did that because it actually was pretty nice to be able to just quickly pull the batteries. The battery compartment's easy to get to. Pull the batteries out, fresh batteries in, lock the cap, turn the unit back on, and voila, back to business. So,
once you figure it out, it really takes a matter of a few seconds.
It was really easy.
But if you don't know what you're doing,
oh man,
everything at night is going to screw you, right?
Yeah, at nighttime, you put a little darkness in there, soup sandwich.
Yeah, this does have a adjustable front focus and a rear focus as well. So with any thermal or night vision device, we tell you focus front first, then the back, then fine tune it with the front. Yeah. If you go front, back, front, you'll have the best image possible, and your image is going to stay crisp and clear. With thermal, there's a lot more field of view depth, so you'll find yourself using this a lot.
Yes.
But after you set it, you won't have to touch the rear one at all.
Nice.
This does have a QD mount. It is a return to zero locking QD mount. So once it's on the gun, it's going to stay on the gun. Yeah. You can pop it off, give it to a buddy to use as a handheld. You put it on several different platforms. It'll work on ARs. It'll work on bolt guns. I have one right now on a lever action. It's fun. Suppressed lever action. And they're really inexpensive for what you get. These are the best bang for the buck on the market, which is why I sell so many of them, because once people realize the value they can get with a bearing optics thermal,
makes it hard to go to anywhere else.
They really don't look at. I mean, there are some good options on the market right now, but I would seriously suggest looking at these very, very closely before you purchase anything else.
Awesome. Well, where can folks go to learn a little bit more about you and the products that you do?
Yeah, our website's nightgoggles.com. Call us at 909-312-5424. My name's Tom Austin. I'm the director. Call me. Corey's our product specialist. He's a coyote killer extraordinaire, and he uses these almost exclusively now.
Awesome.
So,
all right, folks. Well, again, if you're interested in exploring nighttime operations in the hunting realm, thermals is the wave of the future. You're going to dig them. Tom, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. I'm Jeff Gonzalez. If you have any other questions or comments, hey, post them down below. We're happy to entertain them. Until then, take care and stay safe.